Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Haunted Hours. This is episode number 39, and I am riding solo tonight, as Jason Derulo would say. Shay's busy, and John and Cam are occupied, so I thought I'd do a nice episode of this. And tonight I'm going to be talking about the world's weirdest haunted places that you've probably never heard of. Well, you probably have heard of one. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, turn that notification bell on, all that good stuff. And let's get going, shall we? So basically, this like I said, this is about like places that are like weird and out there. So first place that we're going to be talking about is the island of Dolls in Mexico. This is if you've not seen Ghost Adventures and a few other places, you'll probably have known about this place, and that it is like a weird kind of crazy little place. And the story is that it's been owned to the Dolls since 1950, and apparently a child fell into the water from a chinampa, which is an artificial island built on fresh water, and it was used for agricultural purposes only. And then a local man known as Don Julian Santana jumped in to save her, but the child had died from drowning. So he thought it was in he thought he was getting this message to say, but we want the dolls to, and he thought that the message was to get the dolls to basically appease the child, which is crazy. But there's about 4,000 dolls on the island as well. So yeah, I'll get a picture up of thing. Yeah, this was a picture that the New York Post put out, and look at that. The Island of Dolls. Look, there's always more if you look on Google, but look, it is nuts. This place, like, you know what I mean? Like, now I know it's dangerous as well because you don't know. But when the Ghost Adventures went there, I believe a few years ago now, good few years ago now, they had an experience. I think Aaron was it or someone had an experience where they will where if you think, but basically, can't remember the top of my head, but I think they were walking past a doll that clearly had no batteries or anything in it, and when they went past it, they triggered and it was basically made a laughing or crying noise or something, and there's no batteries in the doll to even make it do that. And yeah, how would it do that? Eh? It's not stole because basically, yeah. So I will tell you some more as well. But yeah, that is basically some of it. And yeah, you wouldn't think that a place where like an island of dolls would basically be that kind of spooky. But my god, at night it looks like a fucking set from an horror film. no offense to anyone who likes dolls. I don't mind dolls either, but if you want to go there and you're going there for the paranormal investigations, fuck me. You know, you don't want to go there, man. At night, it looks like, you know, like I know you look at this is a picture, right, of some more of the dolls on the island. That, that. Sorry about that, everyone. But yeah, here's a picture of another one, like the island of the dolls. Another picture. But look how crazy that is. Imagine going through, like I said, imagine going through at night doing this. Like, you wouldn't know what to do, you know. So let me know what you think, yeah. So let me know what you think, and let me know if you would visit the island of the dolls. Because it's like crazy that the 4,000 dolls can do that, you know. Make that eerie feeling on an island, you know. So basically, yeah, so that this is another, like I said, the whole it's eerie how these dolls can make you feel, like I was gonna say. Because like could you imagine if you're going through it, like I said, at night, you don't know anything. Like they like say you go in there and you got told I was haunted in it, and then you know that none of the dolls have batteries or anything, and then you hear wah or like a laugh. You'd be like, what? How's that possible? You know? So yeah, that way, put in the comment section if you're watching live. You know, I just decided to go and get another article up. That's why was silent just then, everyone. But we'll put in the comments if you're watching on catch up a rating out of 10. What you would do? How likely you would like to go to the island of dolls in Mexico? Because I'm telling you now that is a crazy place. Now, from the island of dolls, we go to Norway actually, and an haunted grocery store. Norway, haunted grocery store. Yes, this is a small village grocery store that is hidden deep in the forest on the eastern border of Norway. Don't know whereabouts it is unless any Norwegian viewers can tell me. But there's some strange supernatural happenings in this grocery store or grocery shop, and it's tucked away inside an old white farmhouse on the main drag. And locals have come to expect odd hauntings at their market, like flying potatoes, smashed flower pots, shadowy figures glooming and being seen, and everything. Um, So let me know if you've heard of this farm shop. But yeah, it's crazy. I can It's on the eastern border which they share with Sweden, Norway. But trying to find if I can find the location. Sorry if anyone knows, then you can tell me, you know. Um no, it's also good, there's also like lined with trees there. A well spaced houses, a gas or petrol station. Um there's also like a quaint looking church with a tall steeple as well. So would you think a grocery shop would have a ghost? Maybe. Then if because they did say it was an old farmhouse, so you don't know whether anything happened in the farmhouse before it got converted. But so we went from Island of Dolls to an haunted grocery shop. Can it get any weirder? Yes, it can. Because we're going to be talking about an haunted dollhouse now, and yeah, in Mississippi, which this was the Southern Gothic dollhouse that was created by a Lauren Banks in San Francisco. Started as a pandemic hobby, and that um, and basically the house followed multiple generations between the year 1900 and the 1960s in the somewhere along the Mississippi River on the border with Louisiana. There's a long time homeowner Rose, a lost lover Georgia, a lost daughter named Magnolia, several others, and now you, the viewer, are going to re-explore the home. And you join a ragtag crew of Southern girls called Penny, Mouth, and Bug, and all that. But it's weird basically because apparently that after this was all built and everything, she started experiencing like paranormal activity, and which is kind of weird. But yeah, again, is it because obviously she's used stuff from like 1300 to like 1960? In that time, you would think that they would have to use like stuff like symbols, like clues, details in the house to make it as realistic as possible. And if anything, she's grabbed put into this mini dollhouse as a story, or has been walked down from another dollhouse in another place, or you know what I mean. It could be something that she's bought, you know. So it's kind of crazy though, a dollhouse though. So not crazy in the thing, but you wouldn't think of it because yeah, there's that dollhouse, but then there's also the one that if you saw the video on TikTok ages ago, or what's the name posted nukes. Um, there was a dollhouse that apparently a ghost likes to play with and it's kind of weird. So now so if you're going to look at another weird place for hauntings, and this is just going to be like a general thing, everyone, not just one set place. Generalization. Where would you rank lighthouses? because lighthouses, I'm telling you, are one of the most freakiest and isolated places in the world. Because you'd imagine, like, what's that one that Ghost Adventures investigate? Point Sir, I believe. That was isolated, and apparently some shit went down between the lighthouse keeper and he apparently had an affair with, and it was like, oh. But anyway, the activity there was amazing because you got the current flow of water, which makes you, if anyone knows in the paranormal world, water is a conductor of basically paranormal activity. That was constantly coming around the lighthouse. Plus, if there's a storm whereabouts the lighthouse is, that could also generate like electricity for the supernatural. It's like there's also some in some lighthouses. If you look at certain ones, I can't remember one off the top of my head, but there was actually murders in some lighthouses because of how isolated and mad they got. They thought that they were hearing things in their heads. Could have been, or they could have been just a madness. And yeah, they probably there was actual murders. So it's one of the jobs that I wouldn't like to have back in the day. Yeah, nowadays I would take it because you not only you have Wi-Fi, so you wouldn't be as isolated, and you would at least have stuff to do. But back in like say the 1500s, 1600s, you wouldn't have anything to do, which makes it even more crazy. Like, how can I put it? So say you're going out, say you're in the 1500s, 1600s, say you ain't got nothing. All you'll have is a newspaper, probably every time. You'll drink, and that's it. Maybe even a gramophone if you are really posh, really, or whatever, or you can afford one. Apart from that, you've got nothing. You got books, but when you're isolated, and you're starting to say like then people say that they've gone mad because of it. You can see why, because like you got nothing to do. You go out and do your duty. You're not in the lighthouse around the walk around. You're not going to really have anyone to fucking trouble you unless you get smugglers or whatever at the time. But even then, that was rare. You know what I mean? It's like one of them that is like so every lighthouse has a good ghost story, and it's worth a grain of salt. So there you go. What do you think of that, right? So let me know what you think, right? Of lighthouses. Now moving on to Spain, Espanol, Espanol, Granada to be exact. We're just outside there. The town hall of Vegas del Genil, a council member there, heard a strange sound. So they thought it was a burglar, right? So they took a cell phone picture of what initially seemed to be an empty space. But back in the office, this council member saw the photo and he saw what appeared to be the ghostly apparition of a child. So he quickly sent the image of all of his fellow council members, seeing if there was an explanation for why there would be a child in the town hall at that night, late at night, and why wouldn't they be at home? And basically, so citizens started calling the mayor's office, demanding answers, and also an exorcism. So yeah, town hall, like it's crazy. This was like a few years ago, but town hall, but I think you see the image for yourself, everyone. So I won't actually leave you hanging here. This is the image, apparently. Can anyone see the ghost? I'll give you 2 minutes. Two minutes to find the ghost. Come on. Ba, 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 ba. I'll tell you now, it's not back here, and it's not in the front here. So where would the ghost be, everyone? Do 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 do. And if you're saying the ghost is where this red thing is, you're on, or box or whatever you're on, the ghost ain't back here, but the ghost is here. Right here. There's a child ghost. Hello. Like you can see the outline of the legs, you can see the body, look, and head. So this is what this council member like took a picture of, right? All these years ago. And yeah, why the fuck is there a child ghost there? We don't know. Could be any number of reasons. Could be like, you know, they died grown up and they went back to being a child spirit. Could be demonic. Could be anything. So let me know what you think of that picture and everything, right? Now, we're going back to the 16th century here, everyone. There, just on the northern tip of a certain place in the world called Newfoundland, right? You don't know where Newfoundland is, everyone. I'll show you where Newfoundland is. Right. Share screen. Here's Newfoundland. Right here. Right the north, right here. Look. Resolution Island, Jill Island. Lower Savage Island. That's like me, I'm a Lower Savage. I'm joking, everyone. But yeah. So basically, you're wondering why the hell am I talking about Newfoundland? Because obviously, you know. Basically, look, this island, right? Here it is. It's still there to this day. Look. And it kind of ties in with what I put as my short earlier, if you look. Right. So, I put it in here. But there's Creopon Island. Right. Look, the Newfoundland's there as well, look. Right. So, this base, if you don't know what I'm on about, here, look at my latest YouTube short, everyone. This is where the first Viking bone was found, like in North America. First Viking bone. 1061 AD, they were around here in North America. So basically, they were the ones that found America before Columbus set sail on his famous voyage. So I'll look it up. But anyways, that's not what we're here for. We're here for this island. And we're looking for this lighthouse. Right? So you think this lighthouse right here, which is kind of crazy how it's in close proximity to where I was talking about in my short earlier when I done the short, but yeah. So why would I make that island of interest to us? Basically, Quirpon Island is there's a lonely lighthouse which you just saw, which I just showed you everyone, that warns sailors away from the jagged shore. But the caretaker and any occasional visitor to the joining in, which I just showed you as well, are the island's only human inhabitants. But for the most part, no one stays on that part for long. Because for close to 500 years, there has been rumours about what lies in this frigid, inhospitable corridor between Newfoundland and Labrador. Early Europeans believed that there was another mass of land off this island, which was home to evil spirits, leading mariners to dub it the Isle of Demons. The name remained on maps, though, for more than a century until the mid 1600s when cartographers decided and determined amongst themselves that there was no Isle of Demons. But still to this day, the legends persist. Right. So they're saying that in this gap here, around here, well, anyway, this like vacancy around here, it was a Isle of Demons. Obviously, you're looking at it, the only isle here is Belle Isle, which kind of looks kind of like a middle finger or something. You look, it's kind of like a middle finger. Even that one looks like an upside down lollipop, but or ice lolly. But so basically, what do you think, everyone? Could they have had a point? Could they have had seen that? Like I said, leave a like, comment if you ain't already. All that good stuff. Um, but yeah, just crazy that how close that is in proximity, basically. So if I go directions from here to here, look at that, I couldn't calculate the distance. Tells you something, though, doesn't it? Right, so look, see, there's the roads. Look, well, look, there's a big long trail. Look, that would be a cool thing for like for Sidemen to do, wouldn't it? Go from like somewhere up there and work their way down to I don't know. Um, Halifax, Nova Scotia, or something. You know, yeah, it would be like a nice long thing. You know, or do something. You know, but yeah, let me know what you guys think on that. Like, obviously, there's some of the weirdest places out there, but at the same time, it's crazy to think, what is out there really? Like, yes, there's weird places, obviously, we can't dismiss everything. Like, we can't just say, oh, yeah, there's gonna be a paranormal haunting in, like, I don't know, every hotel we go in or every castle or something. There's times when you're gonna be going into these places and you'll be like, it's not what you've expected. It's like that, like a grocery shop. You wouldn't expect that, but there we have it. So just basically, you know, um, obviously let me know what you think is the weirdest one I talked about. I'd say it's the Island of Dolls because I would say it's either the Canadian Lighthouse in Quirpon Island on Quirpon Island. Um and probably that Norwegian grocery shop. Because the Island of Dolls is everyone knows about that one. So it's always nice to have something different, if you know what I mean. So yeah, let me know what you think, everyone. What your favourite place was, which I talked about. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already, all that good stuff. I will be back on again tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Because I'm gonna be this is the new regular schedule now. So I'm gonna try and get into a rhythm with everyone. For you everyone. Um so let me know, like I said, what your guys' favourite place was. Big love to you all. Let's keep on pushing. Let's get this community growing. All that good stuff. Big love to everyone. Stay amazing. Stay awesome. You're all incredible. And I've got some news for you um when I feel like it's the time's right. But till then, I'm gonna keep it under wraps. Don't remember, like, love, caress the channel, all that good stuff, as Dad would say. Um, be amazing, be yourself, never back down for anyone, and remember, stay awesome. Take care, everyone. Bye bye for now.